Sorry guys, I'm having... Yeah, it's not even on yet. 1, 2, 3, okay. Sorry, I'm a little techie here. Okay, so I'm in to do the fire signs, but first I want to make a few announcements. From now on, I think I'll be just going in line of, because Spirit's been prompting me who to go next. And they're making me aware the numbers are going, yeah, just go with whoever's viewing the most. So from now on, I'll be going, putting out the videos by whoever gives the most views. Okay, so we'll do it that way. And then I wanted to announce the talk on Wednesday. Me and Carrie Ann are going to be having quite the discussion on all of this undercover stuff. There's a lot of stuff I've been intuited with. We're just going to blow it out on Wednesday, so it should be quite interesting, because there's a lot of stuff that just, it's not going to hit the news. I'm seeing evidence of that. I mean, it will, but there'll be a conspiracy behind it. So we're going to try and get under the truth as we see it, as we've been guided, so that's Wednesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time, so check it out. I got a posting there. And again, they're asking me to get some kind of a meditation thing going. So I posted a couple polls here on the meditation. So be sure to fill those out so that I can pinpoint it exactly to where, you know, what we want to look at and what we want to deal with. So I'm not doing stuff that nobody's interested in. So basically the topics and the time, what kind of time period you want the meditation to go by. So far I'm thinking Monday evenings, Monday or Tuesday nights. I'll be doing it probably anywhere from 7 to 9 p.m. This is in my mind already, around that time. And then from, I think next week on, we're going to start picking names for guests for the collaboration between me and Carrie Ann there. We've got a lot of ideas we want to kind of shoot out weekly or discuss, but we want the whole purpose of the program is to bring people in, but unfortunately due to tech problems have a hard time getting people in. So awareness of that, but our goal is to get someone on to kind of interact with people on screen, so that's why we go through that program, but having a hard time getting people to comment or participate. So so keep that in mind. Next time if you want to come in, just say, yeah, I'll come in and talk with you, and then we'll put you on. We can put you on video or just audio, depending. If you're not if you're not decent, we can put you on audio, no big deal. So that, again, that's the point of the program there. So that'll be starting up again here this week. So I'm trying to get back in the flow and see how that goes. So that is all I had to announce. So we'll get into the fire here. Aries, Leo, Sag in that order. Okay, this view, everything's screwed up. This is all different, okay? Just so you know, I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see. Because the thing is like right up close. It's usually further back, so my thing, hopefully, yeah, it's going to throw it off. We'll see what we can do here. Like this, there. Maybe it'll, maybe you'll see the cards better. I don't know. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so this is Aries, Leo, Sag. So Leo, Sag. We're going highly spiritual this week. Spirit or energies, they're the ones that pick the cards that I use usually during the week. So just so you know that, I kind of, sometimes I have a say, sometimes I don't, but they pick the lineup and then I just shoot it out. So we're using the Psychic Tarot, the Millennium deck, the Infinity deck, and Messengers, and then we're getting into some energies here of the Isis deck, Native Spirit, and Fortune cards. So this is all that it encompasses. First card, I'm going to get right into it. Again, this is for Aries, 449, 450. Number 4, Authority. Now that is the Aries card, right? That'd be akin to the Um, what do they call him? The Emperor, right? There goes my glare again. I just can't get it off. I can't get it off. So anyway, there's the Emperor. Jeez, getting gear here. Talks of authority, boundaries, limitations, structure, formats that we, boundary setting, right? This is what, so the Aries is in that mode this week. Feeling highly, they're comfortable in this, but they're also, I feel like, in a no shit mode, right? We're putting boundaries down and whatnot in order to gain something here. So the next card is spiritual union. It might be in a partnership kind of way. It might be putting boundaries down to what we will and will not accept from a partnership. Next card, movement, choices, and decisions. Yeah. I think the Aries has something in mind here. They're trying to get going, or in the face of, right? All the elements are part of this. It'd be the Two of Wands, I think. Making decisions, which way to go, how are we gonna... Yeah, we may be on the precipice, some here, Aries, maybe on the precipice of realizing where we're going to sit in this relationship, whether we're going to keep it or move on, because somebody's putting their foot down. I feel like it's the Aries, and these things have to be changed or dealt with or whatever, or shit's going to change. Sorry, it's early, but things are going to change, right? So this is kind of what I'm getting. So to expand on the 4, again, this authoritative stance that the Aries is taking in. They're not taking no crap this week. And in fact, you come to me with your answers. So I need an answer and quick, right? So we're at the office, which some may be, apparently. Some are still doing office work and whatnot. There's some authority going on here. Next card, 4 Cups. So this talks about distractions and desire and the lack thereof, right? So we may have a lack of desire in the relationships, giving us an opportunity to come forth and lay boundaries. That's really what I'm getting. So on top of this spiritual card, and that is really about a high level connection of the mind that we have with someone. You have the 9 of Wands, which talks about strength and fortitude. Again, emphasizing... So the sense I'm getting here, because we're having a strength of the connection in the partnership, like really, I wasn't coughing all morning. Having a connection with the partner quite highly. This is our strength, and this is where we lie. So it may not be specifically with the partner, but it may be boundaries outside of that partnership. Because the sense I'm getting is our partnership is strong, but there's some limitations here that need to be dealt with. So maybe in a work area or some other area than this connection. Now, on the choices and decisions, we have closing loops. This talks to closing things out, 2 of Pentacles, putting an end to things. So, again, for some it's going to be a relationship. For others, it may be situations around us that contribute to some kind of muddying of waters. It could be in friendship circles as well. We're cutting things out. Now the partnership is in the middle here of the whole thing, so it makes me feel like it's surrounding this, but it may not be the relationship itself, but for some it definitely could be. Okay, so here we go with the infinity cards again underneath. Yeah, there's interesting, there's no desire. This is weird. So we may have some it's distractions outside of the relationship is what I'm getting. That's one taking us away from the relationship that's strong and sturdy, but it's okay. I'm gonna, on top of that, we get the mystical fortune card. So that's the luck. My little seahorse, he brings happiness and good things to us, right? So mystical fortune is those things that we don't know is headed our way, but is in a good energy field. So even though there may be a strong energy of taking a stand here, and a lack of energy in other places, and it may just be work, I'm not sure here, I can't suss that out. There's good fortune around, no less. Okay, there seems like one area here we're working on and we're just not taking no crap. And for some, for these areas, it's going to be different areas for different people. Now, again, we got the union behind us here, and the strength and fortitude we have within it. What do we have? Look at. Well, that's crazy. It's talking about game over, which was what I was getting, but I'm getting that this relationship is strong. So we may have an ending here, somebody closing a gap. Maybe we had an Aries put our foot down on a good relationship, but we're closing the door. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, closing loops. Why? Because we feel neglected. There's something. Okay, I'm going with it. Something in this relationship here, somebody, most likely the Aries, feels neglected. They feel like they're not being given the time and attention that they deserve, and they're moving on. It's really what I'm getting. It's interesting because there's kind of a confusion in the energy here, like a boredom, like we're doing this out of boredom, like I've had enough, I'm on. But yet there's a great strength that can come from this, and a great union. But this could also be something we're going to. Maybe we have something in our future here that's creating this, instead of, maybe we're closing a loop to go to this or find this, because there's strength and fortitude here for us. So however that fits, I don't quite know what's going to happen there, but the sound is this Aries, or sorry, the sound, what? The scenario is that this Aries is moving on from relationship here. We've put our foot down because of boredom and a partner not coming forward to treat us the way that we feel we deserve to be treated. So we're closing that loop and moving on. Okay, that's really what I'm getting for the base. This was supposed to be general energies here. So we're going to go on the spiritual side, see if we can't lift some of that out of there. See what the heck is going on all of a sudden. Boom. You have to let me know if this resonates or not. It's thick energy, but it's very... it's almost like we just woke up the next day. That's it. I'm getting a divorce, or I'm getting out of here. Like, this is what I'm getting. Because it's like we're okay, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. So on the spiritual side, again, still for Aries, heed the messengers. So we got a little birdie on our shoulder chirping. Okay, so instinct is being given highly. It may be in this area, may not. For some, they may be following it or not, right? So next card, respect your boundaries. Now I was getting boundaries huge. So I think if anything, the Aries is doing this. They got some boundaries here that people are needing to stand up for. The Aries setting boundaries. You're not gonna, you're not gonna abide. I'm out of here. This is the sense I'm getting. Okay, for this week, heavy week. Now the next card is be vigilant. So we could have had some here that are in watch. I set some boundaries. Now I want to go forward. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of comments here. I just gotta see if I can do this. Sorry, I'm just wondering. This is a new format, so I'm getting all these things coming up, and I can't see them on the page, so I don't know if anybody's even in here. But anyway, nonetheless, yeah, we got some instinct coming down to these Aries. Now, they could either be listening to it or not. We'll find out when we clarify. And boundary setting. We're going to set some boundaries here. And whoever's on the other end of those are going to need to respect them, or we're going to be making decisions, heavy decisions here. I feel like the Aries are in a mode where they're ready for traction. They're going to get walking. They're going to start walking. So be vigilant. Yeah, that's basically watching. They're either past the mode of watching, now they're making a decision for some, and some they've put down the boundary and they're going to be watching to see if that's upheld, and they're going to make changes if it's not. Okay, so as we go one step deeper here about heed the messengers, again, the guidance that the Aries is getting this week, we have the crone. Yeah. And ready for action, like for sure. We're ready to take action. Whether you believe that we will or not, we're going to take action. And again, we got that little bird is a little further off her shoulder in this one, but nonetheless there, and she's got her wand of action. She's going to go outward. Now, keep in mind the darkness that is here. So if we have any darkness that we're coming from, we need to balance that out, make sure we're not in a nasty zone, because the sense, like I said, is we just woke up and that's it. Stuff's flying. Stuff's flying. And it may be a partner. Well, that's what it's saying here. It's a partner we're getting rid of here. Next card on top of respect your boundaries. Okay, to expand on that, we get the 3 of Earth. Sowing seeds, right? This guy's, that's what he's doing. Him and the little squirrel, they're getting grounded. They're sowing seeds for the future. So if we're leaving a relationship, we're going to start moving quite quickly in a direction of making things of worth in the future. This is what I'm getting. Now on the be vigilant, which again, people are going to be in different phases here, especially in the Aries. Some of them are a little more aggressive, some are not as aggressive. So for those that are still in waiting or in watching for results, we have the wisdom. Like that's the akin to the hermit. It's the different number there, but yeah, going inside, giving time for things to unfold, which is good, because Aries, sometimes they don't have a lot of that patience to do that. They just move. So there's 2 groupings here I'm seeing in the Aries, where some of them are going to give a little time for things to unfold here, and others are just going to take action. And be careful that you're not within bounds of malice here, meaning ill intent, right? We want to make sure that we're going in the right way and nobody gets hurt. And sowing seeds for the future. So there is really a lot of energy here for new things ahead of us. Okay, and the wisdom here for some, I feel like it's a 50-50 split. Some of them are going to take that wisdom forward. Some may not be in a pure mode, really, is what I'm getting. So we've got some Isis cards. They wanted me to pick 3. These are usually heavy duty cards. So here we go. First one, to clarify the crone, and that's like her taking charge of her life and taking action. We have the Knot of Isis. This talks to energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved, right? So this is interesting. I'm going to read from the book. They said, get your books out. That is kind of the knot of life with, yeah, all of this stuff attached. So I'm going to read. Where did I put my glasses? So we'll see what we'll come up with here. Hopefully these are still not blurry. Okay. It says each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint and particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Now, when they said higher destinies, I feel like the Aries is being driven by this. I feel like they're fed up with the road they're on, and they know that they need to switch, and this is the last train to my future, and I need to take it, like this kind of thing. And that's what I'm feeling. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. Now, this means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping, sorry, me and my accent, This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You're now deepening your connection to her. Now, it's interesting that they're making a connection to Isis. Now, this is the knot of Isis talking about Isis. So that's about you going inward and strengthening your connection to yourself outside of a relationship. So this is what's really shouting from the rooftops here through this card. It's like, I'm going alone and I'm going to make the bet, which is a good thing. Like, if we're not happy, we need to go. And the second thing we need to do is work on it. So this is all good. So it's almost like getting more in touch with ourselves, really, is what I get here. I'm going to read this next paragraph, and then we'll move to the next one. You're under spiritual guidance and protection of the divine feminine. Part of your high destiny in this lifetime is to heal and flourish through the divine feminine in her many forms, especially in the forms that truly resonate and hold meaning for you. I think that Aries has a prime, that she always keeps that prime in her mind. And this healing will happen on your path and may well be part of the work that you offer in service to the world, which may be simply in how you live your life. So a great surgence of energies come forth for these Aries, and I'm just not doing it right. I need to change, and I'm going to change it. And again, these are the first of the zodiac. They're off and running. So this is what I'm getting from there. So about sowing seeds for the future, what do we get on there? Healing the divine masculine, Osiris rises. So there is a prominent person here, no less, right? A prominent partner, right? We have the woman behind with her eyes open, by the way, and the man here. So I'm gonna read into that. Let's see what I get. So it says the divine masculine within men and women is the energy that allows for protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances in life. When the masculine within us is healthy and strong, we have an inner strength to hold ourselves safe through anything. Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in his ability to offer you inner protection and stability so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. So this is interesting because this is really, again, Aries the first way treader here. So universally, the feminine energy is coming forth to be heard. For the Aries, the masculine energy is coming forth to prompt her to do something. And the sense that I'm getting is that it's very, very strong. And we got to be careful to balance that. But nonetheless, the energy here that they're trying to express is that we got some masculine energy coming forth. Why? To get us where we need to be at this time. We may have not been listening to our blueprint. So this is what's coming forth. Okay? So that's interesting. Next card. Magic and ritual, creating sacred practice. Again, the Aries has a great strength here with this magic and ritual stuff, this energy of creating, right? So I'm going to go back there. I've read this, was earlier in the week, so I'm going to keep it light. HIJKL. Oh, man. Miracle. There it is. So, crafting, sacred practice. So there might be something, like we may have a change of structure over this time. I mean, right, it's everywhere. But something we want to incorporate that's different than it was before, and we're going to go forward in this isolation or no, right? This kind of thing. So the effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. So the ritual can support your divine path right now in the physical world. You're encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice. in the sense they're giving me is this dedication to self. Outside of a relationship, we're dedicating to ourselves, and we're going to go forward in the power that we find there. The results that you experience will encourage you to continue with the practice as you grow in power, grace, love, ability, and wisdom, and apply your inner beauty to transform your outer world, which is really what they want you to do. And Aries, the fire sign, they go outward. People notice, right? So this is great energy, because this is very empowering. This Aries here, that whatever energy I'm picking up on, they're just going inward so that they can start shouting it outward. They're going to find out their best qualities, what makes them unique, and they're going to move from that. So it's really good, groovy energy. Okay, so I got a native spirit oracle, and to kind of keep in mind for the depth of soul here. And then I've also got a fortune card to kind of cap things off. So I'm going to go to the book for that, and we don't have it. Where's the native? Yeah, I left it in there. I was supposed to bring it. So I'm going to read. Okay, so the native card is, Sacred Mountain. Wow. I think that's Machu Picchu. Cool. Okay. Give me a moment. I'm going to read here again. Yeah, this really throws everything off. It totally overthrows my camera angle and everything. So I'm a little, tighter. Keep it tight. Sacred Mountain. Elemental PQR. I'm going to try and get all these readings off today. I don't know if I'll be successful, but... Okay. The meaning: be still, take time to move into the silent place within yourself. And again, I feel like the Aries is on this train. So if we're getting instinctive thoughts here to go inside, we seem to be following it, which is good. Locate your internal source of power and meditate and wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. I feel like this is the universal, right? That guilt. Should we be doing something or shouldn't we? And I still get the sense is we're seeing we need to realize more things here. So we still need to sit and wait. But we will know when to act, and when we do, it will be very strong, is the sense I got, especially for these Aries. So do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to the stillness and do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. I feel like some of the Aries are going to go through this week. They're going to take action no matter who tells them what. Now, the native spirit wants you to know from the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life and into sweet quietude. I mean, we kind of have no choice at this point. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that you can be healed from it. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency, which I was getting. Again, 50-50 split here. Some people are just going to freak out and make decisions and put their foot down, and that's it. And then there's another one, the second wave of Aries is going to be more of a not passive in the way, but actively waiting for the moment when they feel intuitive to move. So the peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. And I feel that's key for these Aries this week, is to make sure that they have their instinct intact, because they can highly get it confused with their ego over this time. So if those that are in and tied to that instinct, they will make that choice properly. The others will learn. The others will learn. So the fortune card for the Aries is the snake. It says your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, so be careful. Those, again, not connected to their instinct is going to be a challenge. because we're going to learn a little more about instinct, I think, over this week, these Aries. Okay, so that is the Aries reading. Sacred Mountain, be at peace, take time and just wait and be still. And the Snake, be careful because your intuition is calling you. If you make the wrong decision, it could hurt, it could bite you. Okay, so be careful. Aries, man, they just want to go. They just want to go. Okay, so Leo, 30, 16, 17, 18. Leo, yes. First card for Leo is General Energies, 13, Transformation. A lot of people in the change mode here. Yeah, I gotta move my desk. I can't have this glare. So yeah, we're in transition, right? Moving from one to another. She's kind of got moth or angel, moth wings, whatever. Like I'm transformed and I'm ready to go forward. This is the sense I get here. Second card for Leos: Foundation and Achievements. Family, happy home lives, creating that, or being in that, or recognizing that at this time. This may be where the changes are needing to happen, and I say that in a way toward the positive. I think there's a happy vibe I'm picking up here. It's like not so much like the Aries, so I gotta change and put boundary. I feel like it's to open things up towards the family. I feel like our family here is wanting to change and adapt as a whole, is what I'm getting. So we're gonna do that. This time may have illuminated some families to this, where they're gonna do things a little differently from now on. Next card is Materials and Spiritual Prosperity. Yeah, in order to gain and the funny thing is when you go inside and you create harmony and happiness, the outside world changes to match that. And I feel like their Leos are inadvertently going to do that without knowing the prosperity that's coming on the other end. So this is all good. This is all good. Now, to expand on 13, that transformation energy, we get determination, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands can be about, it's interesting, the different decks, what they, because I went by the book and I put that word in there that stuck out to me the most. And they asked for this deck specifically. 10 of Wands can be about burdens, but here it's about determination and pushing to complete something, right? We're going to finish something off here. We weren't working, things weren't working for us the way they were before. And so now it's going to work from a better place. Four of Wands, that's about family, happiness, home, commitments, stability. We have Nine of Cups, true happiness. So again, that good, happy vibe, right, that's coming through here. There's also the Pisces symbol, I'm noticing. We're feeling strong and sturdy in our family, our friends, our family, really is what I'm getting. And there's some things that there's some things we're determined to change. We want to make some changes here for the better and for the happiness. Like, it's really on a good side of things. And like I said, inadvertently, it's going to create prosperity outside of this, but the Leo's really not informed of this, but they're just doing it because they want to make these changes for the better. Now, to expand on that, we get the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant can symbolize, they're showing me that key, locking it in. So we may have a relationship here coming because we get two kind of marriage cards, or like a celebration of that. The key, locking it in, that's about spirituality as well. We may be getting to a deeper part of who we are and are now starting to see results outside of this. The Leo, I was having a hard time struggling with their readings. It's kind of really them being chained. Now I feel like they got the key, they're unchaining, and now they're becoming free to a certain extent where they never thought they could be. And on top of that, realizing a deeper part of themselves and people outside of them. So really an unlocking of that hamster wheel and unlocking, and it may have come due to all this shutdown stuff, right? We're realizing different things matter than just the daily grind, so this could be part of that. Now the infinity cards are going to get underneath. Scary. Determination, 10 of Wands for what? Legal matters. Okay, we may have some legal matters, financial situations. This can also be legal marriage. We may have someone in our midst here that we have really good vibes with, we've been with for a long time. We may not be legally married. We may want to legalize that. Or the thing I get here is good. So this wouldn't be about divorce because there's too many good cards here. So this would be about some kind of legal issues within the boundaries here, and we may be changing that up in a betterment kind of way. So true happiness, we're talking about 9 of Cups, wishes and dreams and whatnot. We have the King. Now he's married, right? So this would be a partner that we're with or want to marry, right? This could be someone we're married to, or how do you say, aka like in a marriage, right? So someone we're with for a long period of time that is legally bound to us. Okay, now on top of the Hierophant here, which is interesting, we have 44 as crisis. Now that just come out of the blue. I gotta check this out. Prosperity, Hierophant, and crisis. Now they're going, that goes back to the legal matters. So we may have some legal matters here we dipped into that may create a bit of a crisis for us spiritually in the future. Now I don't like giving that. What's going on? I don't like giving that news. Give me a minute. I gotta tap in here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go into the spiritual side, see if we can't dig it up. We have some legal matters here, like, because this energy goes back to these legal. So whatever legalities you got going on, beware of that. We could have some things being tripped up here. There's a danger sign. That's usually something quite heavy. That's like a crisis, not just. So some people maybe, I don't know, either or moving money or doing something with money here that may create a crisis. So be careful, especially if you're buying or selling, right? Just not the best time. That's what I'm getting. Buying or selling may have to do with homes or property or something. Okay, so we're gonna dip into the spiritual side. First card again, Leo. Be without malice. Well, that comes out of the blue now, doesn't it? So there's an area here in our personal life, our private life, we seem to be flourishing, but something outside of us is creating a sense of needing to defend and show our talons outward, really. Let the emotions flow. We may have problems dealing with a certain person. Maybe that King, it may not be your partner. It may be someone else, because they're showing me the King card. This King may be a married man outside of your relationship that you're having a hard time with. Maybe an ex. I don't know. Somebody you may have a legal issue with that you have a hard time. Now, the sense here they're giving me is that we have let the emotions flow. That comes up when we have emotional issues we want to get through to someone. Sorry. I think people are trying to come in here and they can't. Anyway, okay, I'm just flustered. Let the emotion flow comes when you are in need to flush your emotional center out because we haven't dealt with anything. What comes if we don't do that? This malice card. So this is really in order here. We have some malice against someone, and it may be a King in your midst. And the reason that we have the malice is because we haven't felt our feelings out for this person. They may have hurt us in the past, but we just refuse to deal with any of those emotional issues. So we got a lot of malice in that direction. Now, follow the moon. Would you look at that? And that is your emotions. They're going, follow the trail here. Where do your emotions lead? And go in there, feel it out, and let it go. Simple. This is simple. Because there's a place here that is going to create outside havoc for us if we don't heal from these emotional place, like we don't want to go there. deal with any of these emotions because it upsets us, but that upsetting is going to start coming back at us if we don't. Okay, there's the warning. Okay, on top of the malice, we get, man, the 4 of fire. And that is, yeah, we got someone in our sights here. We're ready to attack. And the sense here is we got to be careful because we do this, we're doing it in malice. So there's a balance that's got to come from that. So here, let the emotions flow. That's about the healing and whatnot, right? We have the mind card, and the sense I get here is we are in our mindset. We're very airy at this time, not showing any emotions. We want to act, but we're missing our heart. We got our head, and our heart is missing, and then we're going to act on something we haven't got all the levels cleared on. Hopefully you're following me. Yeah, we're very in our head right now, not taking any emotion into account. And on top of follow the moon, what do they got to say about that? Death and rebirth. That needs to end, yeah. We need to start coming from our heart, right? And this, to me, even though there's a baby in there, it's like we need to birth that heart-centered place. And look at how the snake is green. They're making me aware of that. It's like we're trying to protect our emotional center, but they're going, removing the emotions does not protect it. And it creates a lot of this stuff, malice, and I'm gonna get you, and you're in my sights. And so in order to process that, we have to go to the emotional center. Where did we get hurt? Feel the hurt, cry it out. That's what you need to do, and it diffuses all of this nasty energy that bubbles up. It diffuses that. Once we deal with our emotions, those have no power to live anymore. Okay, so that's what's going on. Now we get into the ISIS cards and see what happens. So on this, attack, we have someone in our sights here. We're going to take them out, and that's it. Like the Leo's going, oh, you're done. But again, not dealing with the emotional center, so we got to be aware of that. On top of there, the ISIS card is Ancient Power Mysteries. Hear the rattle of ISIS playing. Now, I'm not familiar with these cards without looking at the books, but as soon as they said rattle, I'm thinking of a snake, like rattling its tail, like beware, beware. We sting outward, we're going to get stung back, so just be prepared for that fight. So this is, I feel like this is the danger here. We got someone in our sights we're going to take out. Beware how you go about this. Because if we haven't processed our emotions, it's not going to end good. Okay, now, Ancient Power A, so that should be right up front. There it is, first card. Okay, so we'll see what we get here. Okay, hear the rattle of Isis playing. So the rattle of Isis is playing in the hand of the goddess, and now you can sense it with your inner hearing. It's a vibration that reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power of mystery, of sound, creativity, and healing. I feel like there's an instinctive force here for these Leos. That what is the matter with my speech here? That wants to come and connect with them, but I think that they don't know how to do it. They are so used to blocking it out that it's really coming at high speeds at this point, but nonetheless, that's the sense I'm getting. So through the crown chakra enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words, music will become increasingly important on our spiritual path and healing journey. So when Lady Isis initiates a beloved into her mysteries of life, can become quite interesting. An initiate of Isis does not just learn new ideas as a student, but is thrown into the experience of the mysteries in the real day-to-day living, so they may be truly mastered in our lives and then utilized in service to help the lives of others too, so that one day all beings will be healed and whole according to the will of the divine feminine. So ultimately, this is what they're pushing forward this week in these readings, is we got to heal so that we can help others. And if we're stuck in our own little zone and we're not healing, we can't heal the earth either, right? So how do we do that? What can we put effort? We put effort in finding what our true compass is, and then going outward from that. And I feel like healing, is obviously something that this Leo has to get into here. Get out of their heart get out of their head and into their heart. Divine destiny, path of divine warrior. Yeah, it's part of your destiny. Start moving forward here. And I get, like, giddy up, let's go. As I get that feeling for the Leo. It's like we've been pushed, but again, avoiding our instinct so highly that it's second nature not to listen to it, right? So yeah, the Leo's really got to do something different. And it's sounding like the energies are putting all their strength in the area of letting the Leo figure that out. Where's my instinct? And I got to hear it and go from it. And so the divine destiny, spiritual work of the higher initiate. Now, the divine warrior guides you to divine destiny, and the warrior energy exists within men and women as their inner propulsion to continue with a worthy path even during times of difficulty. So when faced with a challenge, the true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause, and it might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to spiritual success. So there's a divine warrior here that wants to come forth and really act upon all that they are guided to do. This part of you acts in personal integrity, and if the goal will compromise integrity, then the goal is refined until it shines like a diamond in your heart. And I feel like that's what might be the struggle here. We're trying to hit a goal here, but it may not be with our integrity intact. Okay, so keep that in mind. Diamond in the heart. When the divine warrior will bring you into being, it will do so, without compromising your integrity. Okay, so keep that in mind, because I get that highly here. Like, we want to do what we're going to do, and we're going to make someone hurt and pay and da-da-da. But we really need to do first is heal from that, and then go forward in because we got so much hatred and resentment and bitterness built up that we can't get to our instinct. We're at the wrong vibration. So we need to heal that, and then the guidance will come on what to do more clearly. Boom, there it is. Okay, next card. On top of the death and rebirth, like this new way that the Leo has to go forward because we're not quite tapping in. Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. Look at that. Pretty, pretty card. Yeah, like that. Okay. Let me find ST. There's the temples all over the place here. Element. There we are. Okay. Lapis Lazuli. Now, this is the goddess of the ancient skies. So your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not... Oh, sorry, my accent. I'm going to start over. Your soul is very ancient, beloved, and does not only herald from the earth, it holds much special wisdom of star peoples from civilizations far and near. With unique high vibration awareness that can help humanity transition from a civilization based in fear to a love-based culture. And I feel like this is exactly what they're trying to do, is get out of that fear zone. Like anger, bitterness, all that all does come from fear, right? Fear of consequence there that they don't like. You're guided to come into deeper acceptance of your own inner knowing now. So ancient souls with the experience of consciousness and community from more spiritually advanced civilizations are on the planet to be themselves to the fullest extent possible in order to help support each other and heal human culture so that the planet may thrive. Now this is rampant. At this time, people are supposed to evolve themselves so they can go out and evolve others, help evolve others in their circle. And I feel like this is a little bit of what they've been resistant to in the past year, but we're starting to open our eyes. The Leos opening their eyes, and they're going, okay, yeah. And again, getting rid of that resentment and bitterness that we have towards other or one direction here. Yeah, I'm not going to read no more than that. That's the basis of it, is focusing on ourselves so that we can go outward and help others. Very highly the center of this reading. Okay, so that was Leo. Now, the native spirit card we get, the wounded healer. Would you look at that? Haha, yeah. Nails it, doesn't it? That's the energy, really. We're trying to heal ourselves, but we've got some healing to how do you say, we're trying to heal others, but we've got some healing ourselves to do. It's really what's coming forth here. So I'm gonna, oops, wrong book, read from there. Very pretty card. Okay. So this card means healing energy. I should just leave it at that. But I'll read. Vitality, life force energy flowing through you and to you. You are a healer and you provide healing for others, and even if you're not conscious of it, whatever needs healing in your life is being resolved. So your so-called faults are becoming your virtues, and no matter what happens in your past, the past does not need to equal the future. It's true, the cracks can be where the light enters the soul. So what the native spirits want you to know is the wounded healer is a tradition in native cultures that asserts that some of the greatest healers are those who have gone through hardship and survived, or those who have been wounded and healed. It is believed that the individuals can provide great solace and can instigate profound healing for others. You may have been wounded in your life, or you may have gone through challenging times, but the roots go deepest where the wind blows the strongest. You are a healer in most profound sense of the word. Healing energy is surging through you, and whatever in your life needs healing is being addressed on the inner realms. Your strength lies in the difficulties that you've overcome. So this is coming to the realization of this week, or having appearance of this, something like that is going on for the Leos. They're really coming to a point here where they understand the bigger picture, right? Outside of ourselves, in order to really truly fix inside. So the fortune card that goes along is beware, be careful who you trust at this time. I think they're highly aware of who they may not be able to trust here, and it may be in the form of a masculine married man. But nonetheless, we're going forward to heal, and I feel being highly guided. And if we happen to tune into that direction, we're just going to go where we need to. So again, keeping our instincts in mind. If we're not aware of that, we're going to be shown the way here by some lessons. Okay, so wounded healer. Take time to heal and beware of who you trust. That's for Leo for the week. Alrighty, Sag. Last but not least, how am I doing for time? 53, not bad. 53:40. Okay, first card for Sagittarius for general energies. Fertility. We may have some people here in a fertile energy. This could be creative wise. This could be literally thinking about babies or making, or in the way of. It's a heart-centered place, so we got a real soft energy coming with this. So if people are thinking about expanding families and whatnot, there's a really groovy energy, a nice soft like why don't we kind of thing is what I'm getting here. And for those who are working on creative endeavors, this is the perfect time, right? I feel like they may be Sagittarians may be more creative now they have ever been for quite a while. Next card, 7, patience and planning. Yeah, I'm getting the baby train again here. So I'll just ride it out. Yeah, some people may be planning for the future here. We may have had a situation where we may be pregnant and are stressing about what the plans are going to happen from here on in because of all of the changes that are going on with job and money, income, that kind of thing. So we're trying to strategically plan for this. Some are making plans to do this after we get back to quote unquote normal and whatnot. Changes being made in this kind of an area. Okay, next card. Harmony, yeah, good. So this is about partnerships, right? Connections to those very highly within a partnership. We're dealing with the partner here to make changes and go forward. Can be in creative endeavors, what we do in the future with our spare time, and it could also be in a way of expanding family or creating family in that kind of way through pregnancies. But I feel if we're doing this, we're planning quite highly on how and what would be the wisest way to go about that, is what I'm getting. So to expand on the 3 there, we have the Star. That's interesting, because that's about hope and healing. So we may have some people here that are hoping for a baby, and we may have some that it may not be that easy. Like we may have be sorry, dipping into energies of for what do you call that, like IVF, these kind of things. Yeah, outside of something wrong with the process here that we have to plan for, because I'm getting an expansion on though the prospects are quite good, like going outside of the normal process to expand the family, meaning we need to either take pills or to be medically looked at in order to make this happen, this kind of thing, or we may have to reverse some kind of a situation where we can't have children, no, we can't, this kind of thing. Now on the 7, we have the High Priestess, and that's about, I get the sense of planning and somewhat. Now the High Priestess is about feminine knowledge, instinct, what's the word, mysteries, but not mysteries. Why am I blanking out all of a sudden? High Priestess, secrets. That's what they're talking about. Secrets that are coming to light here. Next card on the couple. Together in harmony. So there's really a groovy energy. We may have some things coming to light. Just give me a minute. I gotta check this card again. Patience and planning. There's some secrets around this. Like, one of the partners may be holding something back in order to please the other, but I feel it in the roundabout, it's all good no matter, but somebody's holding back in a way, but it's because we may not want to speak negatively about the future, so we keep our hopes up, this kind of thing. But there's a great whoever's energy I'm picking up on here, there's a great companionship here. A lot of harmony within the couple, but we may be holding back at this time with our true feelings until we get through this whole situation, is what I'm getting. So that's that. Okay, now infinity cards to blow this up. The Star card again, hope and healing. We may be dealing with some of that energy over this time, and again, I feel like for those in fertilization mode, there may be a way that we have to attack this for prime results, is what they said. Now we have fling. Now movie night. If we're talking about a couple here, we're talking about they're showing me like levels to make sure our hormone levels are perfect. We may be planning a certain time where ovulation, right? All of this, all around that. So we may be planning an event here where we do the deed and get things done. I feel if someone here is just trying to Planned Parenthood, really is what I get. So the movie night is the actual conception night, right? So this is what I'm getting. And there's a hope that once we have all the parameters, the temperature's right and the ovulation cycle's in the right day, everything's good. We have high hopes that this will come to be, right? Now on the secrets, we have silence. Yeah, that's what I was getting as well. I feel like one of the partners may be holding back for fear of wanting to bring everything onto the table to scare the other one. I have a feeling it's a masculine feminine thing, and the masculine's going like, masculine's seeing a lot more pitfalls here, doesn't want to bring it up to the feminine because I don't want to make it seem bad, so I'm holding back. Again, in the bigger scheme of things, may not be a problem, right? Because overall we support each other highly, so eventually, right, when things come together, we'll just talk about it then. So it's a matter of picking our time, but we're kind of, when you're in tension and in a sense of don't know what's going to happen, you kind of clam up a little bit because you just don't want to make anybody else more nervous or more stressed, right? And I get that highly from here. So, together in harmony, about the couple here, we have the on again, off again card, which is interesting because the sense that I'm getting with the relationship is that we're very, very communicative, very close, and very together. So this on and off stuff, I feel like might have more to do with the fact of children, adapting children into. It's like, yeah, let's try. No, let's not try. Or yeah, let's, almost like an energy of, and that may be part of the process here. We may have one person holding back their true feelings in that way of whether they should indulge in this or not. This almost feels like a personal reading to me, but so we may have one or both partners kind of going on intervals like, yeah, let's try, and then no, let's lay off, let's just give it a break, that kind of thing. So there's an energy of that here throughout. So those are your base energies. Now we're going to get on the spiritual side and see if we can get underneath some of that, what's behind this stuff, okay? First card, honor Gaia, that's earth, right? Honor the earth and all its powers and the nature. So the sense here is that maybe we need to spend more time in nature with our partner, because I feel like this partnership is a very cohesive, like very close. So next is have courage, and I feel like that might be about these things that are being held back. These secrets that we want to share but we don't want to share, right? We don't want to scare the partner. They're going, have courage to speak of this, because it does actually have the opportunity to bring you closer to the partner, and it's expanded on. And the next card is, take the time to reflect on all of these things. If we're in the mode where we want a baby, we don't want a baby, maybe it's a good time to reassess all of that whole stage. Time to reflect on things that are coming to our minds and have the courage to speak from them, right? And ground out, like go outside in the universe, take a walk, and let the intuitive stuff come in, and then have the courage to speak of that, right? So, honor Gaia, we have the destiny card. So there is a point of destiny coming to bear here, and I feel like that could be in the addition, right? Absolutely would be changing your destiny in the addition of a child, or expanding the family in some kind of way. On the have courage, we have the 3 is about going off in a new direction. Adventure, right? Looking for adventure. Well, a kid will bring that in a certain kind of way, right? It is an adventure. And okay, needing to beware, they said, that we don't do this because we're bored, right? We don't create this baby because we're bored and we need adventure. I want to do this from a deeper part of who we are. Time to reflect. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, the fire to take action. Yeah. So there's a sense here from this card, right? Coming forward is just to speak from what we know and not to hold anything back, is what I'm getting. Because we really need to have faith in the partner to handle what we have to say, because in the bigger scheme of things would be more inclusive, right? More inclusive. Take fiery action and go forward is what I'm getting. Like both, I feel like this is the feminine, that's the masculine. Like they're both ready to go forward here, and it's part of their destiny. But just make sure that we're open and honest with the partner. Okay, so the Isis cards. High Priestess, there she is again. Mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. Okay. So the sense here is that we're going to know. We're going to find out what those things are. So we might come to a point here where we do spill the beans, right? Those things we feel like we should lightly hold back. Because in the end, it really doesn't, I mean, I don't know. I guess there'd be arguments on both sides whether to be completely honest or not. But I feel that you shouldn't regret that. Being, as long as you're honest and you're grounded in your opinion. And sometimes opinions change, and that's when we regret, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There we go. Okay, there she is. Mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. Okay, so she gazes upon you now, and behind her vast eyes, mysteries are unveiled. So there's something here. It may not even be within the partnership. It may be within the whole cloud of expanding things here in a creative way. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding, and be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You'll be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and what your purpose is. It is an exciting moment in your unfoldment, and have reverence and an open heart and mind, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that is on its way. And they're going, as I was reading, they're going, some people don't know that they're pregnant. So there may be a couple here that are actually pregnant and unknowingly so. Okay, so this may be the secret that's being revealed over this week. So be aware of that. On top of the journey, moving forward, we have proper burial for freedom. Sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Okay, it's kind of a weird. Proper for burial for freedom. So, okay, I'm just gonna go in it. I'm not even gonna. There it is. Okay, so in order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. So there's nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die. And though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen, Osiris guides you to release that which no longer needs to be a part of your life, so that you may be free. So I feel like that's connected to this secret here. Like something needs to be let go in order to completely go where we're destined to go. For some, that might be the relationship itself. I wasn't picking up on that in this last scenario, but we could be switching energies quite highly. Yeah, it's a sense of sorry, my automatic feeder. A sense that there's something here that needs to be let go in order to completely follow our destined path. You need to see something through and let it go so that you are free from it. You may or may not be fully aware of what this is, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth. This could be anything from a past relationship, dreams, or visions that may have encouraged you in the past times, but are not relevant for where you're going now. Might be also a spirit of a lost child or loved one, someone who has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. I feel like that last one expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams, I think is huge for, there's a big energy push that came from that. So I feel like that's something, we may have had expectations of a relationship. We may have expectations of certain things. And in this, if I'm going back to the same energy here, which I feel is starting to shift, it may be an expectation to get pregnant. We may have to follow a different path there, or may be guided to do such, right? Wow, that's heavy. Okay, so yeah, releasing something and letting it go, and so we can move forward to our destiny. Next card, Divine Sun Child, blessings from the Sun Falcon. And when we do this, this is what'll happen. Right? The Divine Sun is always about joy and freedom and happiness and all that kind of life entails, right? A, B, C, D. Divine Sun Child. Here we go. So, the Sun Falcon blessings. So, Horus, the son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It's time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. The Sun Falcon heralds a time when your divine legacy is being born. It is your time to burn bright. So, Horus, the divine son child of Isis and Osiris, was born out of impossible circumstances. This is interesting. Through a great devotion of his mother and her loving determination to heal her husband and bring him back to life, to eventually become king of Egypt, defeating dark forces that would seek to destroy him and all that he loved with great triumph. It is the story of the divine hero of Egypt. Overcoming odds is what I'm getting here. Sorry, these people don't know I'm live here. Overcoming odds, the divine sun child. Yeah, I get that highly with the pregnancy stuff, and also in a creative kind of way for these Sag. There's a sense of needing to overcome an odd here, like a predestined way that we think we should go is now being in conflict with a predestined way with what the energies want you to go, where you really truly are written to go. This is what I feel. And once we discover and let go what it is that's holding us back, we're free and clear. Everything's groovy after that. So it's just a matter of finding out where that sits energetically. So that's that. Okay, the native spirit card is the thunder drum. Yeah. Let's see what comes from there. So the meaning is to stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. And I was getting that highly earlier. We had the silence card here. Is kind of clamming up, and we don't want to do that. We want to speak from what we are. That's how we get to the core of what we truly want and desire. We need to be heard, right? So this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in the rhythm of the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside. This too, globally, right? I don't feel immediate, but you'll be guided when you need to speak up here. Native Spirit wants you to know that throughout the world, Indigenous people have called spirit through drumming. Drumming was used to activate one's fighting spirit before battle, as well as for joyous celebrations and sacred ceremonies. It was also used for healing rituals. In every case, the drum beat was used to open spiritual realms. A thunder drum calls the thunder beings from the sky. They arrive with passion and incredible vitality. Drawing this card means that it is a time to step into your passion. Make a stand in life for what truly matters to you. They're saying as an active thing, to an active way to activate your life force is to drum on your chest lightly with a closed fist. It's especially powerful if you do a 2 beat similar to the sound of a beating heart, which is the most primordial sound for humans. This is a grounding and activating of your strength energy. So keep that in mind. So that is the last of the fire energies. And the fortune card is the Lovers. There are 2 paths ahead, but be true to yourself. So we may have some, again, I felt from the reading that I was getting was from the reading I was getting, there's 2 paths ahead here. And I feel like I was dipping into a personal private reading. But we may have some people here on a road that is being forked at this time, and we just really have to beat to our drum. If we're not happy, we need to go where we can find happy, or at least away from what doesn't make us happy. Okay, so that is that. So those are your fire readings. I'm going to see here, obviously I've got a problem because nobody's logging in, nobody's coming in, nothing. So we'll see what happens. I'll figure it out whether or not this even comes to be. I hope it does. I hope it does, so I don't have to refilm it. So I will talk to you later. I'll be in throughout the day here to try and spit out the rest of the readings. Take care, have fun, and be kind.